What do you call it when our healthcare system is so expensive that half of our country remains uninsured? Or what should we call it when workers' compensation insurance is so costly that the entire residential services industries hires their workers as subcontractors rather than as W-2 tax-paying employees? And finally, what do you want to call it when we've already outsourced half of our manufacturing to countries where the cost of labor excludes the cost of insurances? My name is Mike Valerie, and I am a business owner. I employ 13 people, and prior to being an employer, I spent 13 years in the insurance industry. It was my job to work with small business owners like myself. Some of these were contractors, manufacturers, machine shop owners, ambulatory services. All of these people had expensive insurance budgets, and it was my job to work with them on making their budgets work. So let's take an example of a budget. Let's assume that we have a builder, and this builder employs 10 carpenters. And each of those carpenters makes about $20 per hour or $40,000 a year. And we're going to base all of our numbers on that $40,000 per year. And let's further assume that these carpenters that worked for this man were family people, and most of them need family health care coverage. Now, as you know, family health care coverage costs approximately $18,000 a year. In fact, some of you may not be aware that the cost of health care for small business owners is substantially more expensive, almost double what it costs for a large corporation. So back to our employee. $18,000 a year for health care coverage works out to $9 per hour. Now that may be $4.50 an hour to the employee and $4.50 an hour to the employer, but it is still $9 per hour. In addition to the health care costs, we have workers' compensation costs. Now workers' compensation for someone who works in an office is very inexpensive. The cost would be about $100 per year. However, the cost of workers' compensation insurance for a carpenter is more likely to be 15% of their earned income. In this case, that would be $6,000 per year for each man. That works out to $3 per hour. So we have $9 for the health care, we have $3 for the workers' compensation. Unemployment insurance is another 50 cents an hour. Medicare is only 30 cents an hour. Social Security insurance is $1.20 per hour. Again, this is based upon a $40,000 wage earner. What I have not added in is the cost of paid holidays or sick days or vacation time. And I haven't added in any of the other business insurances that the business owner is required to carry. In other words, the $20 per hour employee is costing well over $40 per hour. I need to draw your attention to two distinct points. The first point is that the cost of insurances are a primary factor in the decision to outsource American jobs. And it's not just the health insurance, but it's the health insurance plus the workers' compensation, plus the Social Security, plus the unemployment, plus the Medicare. The second point that I'd like to make is that the first jobs to be outsourced are the low-tech manufacturing jobs. This severely erodes the foundation of our economy. This is significant because, according to the Economic Policy Institute, 70% of all American workers choose to not pursue post-high school education. Now, many of us who live in Howard County may not be aware of this. We do live in an affluent area, and most of the children in our high schools do go off to college. Manufacturing has been the primary source of jobs for these middle-class workers. Manufacturing jobs provide full-time work with decent wages. They provided opportunities for advancement, and they provided excellent benefits. These job attributes are not available at your local fast food restaurant. Manufacturing creates jobs for all levels of skilled workers. Therefore, when we outsource manufacturing jobs, we also outsource many middle management positions. Most jobs directly or indirectly depend upon manufacturing, and reviving our manufacturing sector would create tens of millions of new jobs, and it would eradicate any concerns about a recession. Expanding social insurances adds to the cost of labor. Making access to social insurance programs easier adds to the abuse, and the abuse adds to the cost of the insurances. The cost of labor is a combination of wages plus the cost of insurances. And it is the cost of the insurances that is driving the cost of labor over the edge and is forcing so many manufacturing positions to be outsourced. As we outsource our manufacturing jobs, we increase the need for these social insurances. And as we make the access to these programs easier, we encourage dependency and we are taking away opportunity. In summary, we need to reduce the role of insurance in our lives, which would result in a reduction in the cost of labor. And this would be the first step in revitalizing our manufacturing sector. Insurances, which were originally designed to protect an individual from financial devastation, have finally evolved into something that will be the source of our financial devastation. Thank you for your time. I hope that this short clip helped you understand how insurances and small business affects your life. For more information on this subject, please go to our website at www.theencumbered.com. Thank you.